Hey, let's talk about how you can trust yourself. I wanted to make this video today. I started talking to myself like I usually do, and I just grabbed my microphone very rapidly in order to record this. This is important. Now, you see around, there's a lot of content around what's going on in the world. And with free eye ACAS, the comet or object that is going to Earth. Some people disagree, think this is disinformation. Some people believe that it's linked to different prophecies, like the OP tribe prophecy. Regardless, that's not the point of this intuitive message of today. I was watching a video from a channel that I really, really like, which is called Dre OG Reacts. I'm just gonna put the link below if you want to check it. I don't know him personally. I don't think I ever commented on this channel before, but I really like the way he presents things, and the vibe that he gives out is really resonated with me. So that's why I'm talking about this. And the fact that he always says you need to do your own research. I'm not in charge of what you think, what you do. Now, I was watching this video, and it's usually the format of his content. If you don't want to look out, I'm just going to explain rapidly. It's a compilation of videos, usually from TikTok, of people giving some information or prophesizing or disclosing things and things like that. There's a lot of people that are in this line of content on YouTube, but he's the one of the best out there, if not the best, in my opinion. Again, perspective, like I told you before in a previous video. This is my the way it resonates with me. This is the best to do it, and I've watched several of them. Now, when I was watching it, there was a clip of a lady. She's on YouTube. In fact, she's on TikTok, I think. She just dressed in white and has kind of a big scarf on her head, like when you see pictures of Jesus era, where the way women will have the scarf on their head. She presents herself like this, and she starts prophesying. And the moment she started talking, I was, there was something inside me that was just like, nah. Because she was talking about a vision that she had, and I'm not saying she's wrong for seeing what she saw or she presenting it as something that she saw. I'm just saying the way it resonated with me, no. She was explaining that there was going to be a time where people are going to sign on the dotted line from an alien race coming to help us or whatever, and in fact we will be signing the earth to the devil, and we will end up eating people and not worrying if people are disappearing. Very, very dark future. And she was explaining it like it was facts, and it was really a fear-inducing content. And it's not the first time that I see this young lady doing her content, and she's free to do whatever she want to do. I'm not saying don't go look at her content. So maybe you will listen to me and you say, "Oh, I resonate with their content." That's okay. I talk about this. It's when we talk about God, religions taught us to separate things when it comes to God's source or God's energy. God's source or God energy is encompassing everything. That's why the story of God not being able to defeat Satan, I don't understand what's going on here. Because it's not a debate of God being able to defeat evil or not. It's not that. There's no question there. Do you understand? So the fact that we say, Satan is there to tempt us, we need to prove ourselves to God. God doesn't need us to prove ourselves. Do you understand? God needs us to remember that we are God. That's what God needs us to do. And that's what God has been waiting for us to do. And He has all the time in the universe. He's not in a hurry. When I say He, better say it, like energy. That energy, that source energy, is not in a hurry. You can take your time. Do you understand? Now, taking your time may lead you into certain roads that you probably wouldn't want to visit. But again, you are an eternal soul. So, in reality, nothing's going to happen to you. Do you understand? But you may have some experiences that you will prefer not to have. Do you understand? Again, going back to that lady, my first reaction when I was listening to myself was like, nah. If you are, and this is the point of this message. If you feel like, you know what, I've been through religions, I've been through raising up the way I grew up and everything like that. I don't know if I can hear my own voice, my inner voice. I don't know if I can recognize my inner voice. I don't know if I have my own truth. And I don't know if I can trust myself, because it comes down to this, trusting yourself. If you don't know, just understand that everything that is creating fear in you is not something that is going to lead you to God. I'm going to tell you right now, God is not trying to scare you. God is not trying to hurt you. God is not trying to make you be afraid of Him. Do you understand? This is not, when people are talking about a vengeful God, in any religion, I'm talking about this, you may think about the Christian religion, but every religion is the same way. You need to submit, you need to be fearful of God, you need to, and this is going to be translated in certain way people grew up. For example, myself, I grew up in an African family, and I'm still African, when I say African, everyone understand? Because my pronunciation, because I'm French sometimes. Okay, I'm still African. And the way I grew up, the parenting style that I saw around me and in my own family is that you need to fear your parents. Now, I can understand the sentiments behind it, is to say your kids don't have to be too much, friendly with you, or it can lead to disrespect and everything like that. But I don't understand why you cannot be friends with your kids. Do you understand? Because if you make the best effort to be friends with your kid, to be their confidant, to be the person they go to when there's any issues, to make them comfortable in their own home, what do you think is going to happen when they have a dilemma, an ethical dilemma, or difficulty somewhere that is going to put them in danger? What do you think is going to happen? They're going to feel free. The first person they're going to think about is you as their parent, as they should. But not every kid thinks like that. There's a way to raise children without putting fear, and a lot of us grow up with that fear-induced environment, and no wonder why it's easy for people to get manipulated by the media, by evil powers, or people who just want power and money. It's easy because if you can create fear in people's hearts, you can control whole groups of population with just fear. Fear of losing your money, fear of being robbed, fear of the other person, fear of people coming from outer space to kill us. Give me more power and none to protect you. Fear, and everywhere. If you look at content, if there's one way for you to spot a content that is not going to lead you to the best version of yourself, is going to be the one that is going to induce fear in you. The person who is telling you, you need to be afraid. You need to be, even if they're not using the word be afraid, there's a way for you, if you are a human being, a consciousness, if you are not a human being but a real consciousness, if you come from God, like I'm saying, you're going to understand, you're going to know, you're going to feel it, and you're going to know, my initial reaction is going to be physical. Some people just move back, some people frown, some people feel a knot, some people don't feel good. There's something wrong. You feel it when it's not aligned. So in this time of deception, AI showing a lot of stuff, the one thing I can tell you, because it happened to me like a few minutes ago, and I grabbed my microphone because I started talking to myself, and I'm like, oh, okay, you need to record this. And do you understand? Please trust that gut feeling. It's not just a gut feeling, because I don't really like this word. It's like something, but and I understand the sentiment behind it. It's just because sometimes when something is not aligned, you have kind of like your guts are twisting or something like that, or you got a stomach ache or something. I think the words come from that, but it can be something else. It can be a frown. It can be you stepping back. It can be you losing your smile. You were smiling before and you stop smiling. It can be, it's going to be something that you're going to notice if you pay attention to yourself. Okay? Trust yourself in those times that are coming up. I look at a lot of content. People that are just flat earthers. Some people who are, believe in the globe. Some people who believe this is the end of days. Some people who believe none of this, all this is nonsense, and those people should take their meds. I listen to so many views, and the way I can navigate all of this is understanding that there's truth in everything. Everything that is presented to you, there's a modicum of truth in there. Now, the portion of truth can be small or big, or very, very, very small, but there's always something you can take from this. Do you understand? Or even if you go away from a content and you're like, this is nonsense, this is completely bonkers. Again, by contrast, you came away from that content knowing what you absolutely do not believe in. You do you understand? So you're always winning. You need to listen to yourself. You need to trust yourself. People are trying to put things in your head. And when I say people, I like my conspiracy like anyone else, but I'm talking about everyday people. I'm talking about entities who just doing their job of, messing with your head. And the only way they can succeed is if you give them the opportunity to do it. Listen to yourself. Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Trust your gut reaction. Trust your first ideas. The first things that come to your mind. Trust those things. Okay? You need to be able to trust yourself. Now, if you're not used to this, you may doubt yourself. You may go to an external source in order to, convince yourself that this is true or whatever. You may feel like, oh, this was a mistake to trust myself because that one time I listened to myself and it was wrong. Did you really listen to your first idea? Do you understand? So be very, do that exercise. Listen to yourself, and even if you don't follow through on what your inner voice or your inner gut is telling you, please take a moment before making any decision to pause and to give yourself some time. That pause may save you from making a mistake, because you will never lead yourself. When I say you, I'm not talking about your conscious self. I'm talking about your inner self, your inner voice. And that inner voice can be, for some people, has been silenced for years. And it may be something that is very, very in the background that you're not used to listen to. So sometimes you may confuse it for your conscious voice. Okay? But that inner voice is there. Just quiet a bit and try to listen to that voice, or start by just listening to your gut reactions. What's your first reaction when you meet someone? There's something there. You tapping into something. Your first reaction when you have information presented to you. Are you shivering? Do you have that feeling like, I don't know how to explain this, but if you hear me, you just think about you dug into your memories. You already had those moments. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. I think that's it. I don't have anything else. I had an idea this morning when I was going out, but I was outside and I didn't have any microphone. And yesterday as well, when I was going to bed, and I just didn't want to get out of bed, and the idea was was gone. When I wake up, I can't remember, and I was talking, so I need to keep my microphone next to me. Okay, thank you for listening. Let me know in the comment section if this resonates with you in some way. This is going to raise some ideas from you. Please share them with everyone. Okay, bye for now.